All right, everyone. Hello, welcome. 1 second while I just check here to make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. Being super crazy. Okay. I haven't played this game since like early April, give or take. Okay, so we're gonna figure it out together. I'm gonna say where's the audio? It's when you click out the audio. Like, there's a setting for it, whatever. The music is pretty good. We're just gonna play some joint operations. I'm level 16. I have played much time. 17 hours. So, but it's been several months since I last played. We'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure I went with like the Lamang restoration crew or whatever the heck they're called. I don't remember. I think it was like the first one. Because they're like, hey, we'll give you $5,000 or whatever to join us. Because I think they were short on players or something like that. I don't really know. It has been ages since I last played. I'm trying to remember literally anything. Yeah, that's right. It's realistic for night vision. So that's why I have that on. Okay. Check the magazine. That's no, I think it's control. Hang on. Am I dumb? Hang on. Hang on. Which one did I prefer? Check the chamber? So, that checks the magazine. Holding left control. There you go. For some reason, it was not working previously. It's nighttime, and nighttime is dark and full of terrors. These are just random people. Man, it's been so long, I don't remember how anything has happened or what's even going on here. Got magazines, got plenty of ammo, probably more ammo than I know what to do with. I think, maybe. Health, that works kind of like Tarkov, but a little different. I don't remember most of it. This is going to be a bit of a pain, I'm not going to lie to you. But probably more for you than for me. The tourniquets are important. The bleeding is the first thing to deal with. And then after that, you can do the surgeries or the blood or the bandage or everything afterward. But, I think the bandages are for wounds. It's a whole system that I don't remember any of. So, this is somewhat stored, and apparently that Mosin is not ready to fire. What is it? It's missing a barrel. Oh, that's right. Okay. I do distinctly remember the last time I tried playing this. There's something. So this is the sniper Mosin stock, and it has the bolt and everything. I just don't have the barrel. Now, for some reason, God knows what it is, all the barrels I have access to are not the variety that would allow me to have a sniper thing. I don't really get why, because obviously the whole bolt and everything is here, so why the barrels can't be interchangeable, I could not tell you. Right? Because that's the action. Can you not make this... See, like, why can't I not just put a barrel in there? It already has everything else. Anyway, do I have anything? E3 car precision, blah blah blah. I was supposed to get some sort of Marpat recently because I was around for a stream, but knowing my luck, that's probably behind something else. Oh, rank 25, you get Vietnam style stuff. Very cool. Gloves. I don't really like any of these gloves, honestly. Okay. Woodland. Multicam. Oh, that's right. I forgot this game. For whatever reason, has Flecktarn pants, but it does not have a Flecktarn shirt. It makes zero sense. Did they add it and I'm just stupid? No, it's just not in. as you do. Pants or I mean, these are literally just cosmetic. Who is this? The Lamang Recovery Initiative. That's it. And then the other patch is the supporter, because all the other ones they had for like it was like a Twitch drop thing. It was not very cool. Anyway, quest wise, for those of you who kind of know where we're at, you know, we're basically I've just sort of stepped into long-term contracts. Yeah, that's fine. So I finished the first area, which was like a couple of different things. Honestly, I have all the LZs. It's just only explored about 23% of it. That's fine. I don't really care too much. This is 5 out of 6. Which one am I missing? Presumably Golf 2. Where Golf 2 is, I could not tell you. Although, considering Hotel 2 is here, then I don't know. I went to Midnight Sapphire once or twice because I used to squad up with some random people here or there on the official Discord. But that's never really gone anywhere. I mean, like, you know, we play like once or twice and that's kind of it. I did just get access to Hunter's Paradise, I think, through the reputation system, which I don't fully understand. Basically, by doing quests in areas you've unlocked, you build up a reputation, which kind of leads to other areas to get more quests. Allegedly, there's a main story. I don't really know too much about it. There's a lot in this game I don't fully understand, because again, I've only got 17 so hours. Where are we headed? There's this one. Is get the auto cracker from the... Did I not do this one already? Oh, the progress is shared. I think that's something new. I must have done this already because I don't see the one that says first time completed. Which is a thing for some reason. A lot of the stuff here I haven't done. Like, I haven't gone into this area. Let me just check on the tasks. So these are new. I don't know what a long-term contract is, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. Anyway, when you're at specific areas in this game, either the base camp or any of these little blue triangles, then you can leave the game, and you can also access the vendors. I have access to all the vendors, like the universal vendors. I don't have them. I think the max level is level 4. For the most part, they're all around level 2. Yeah. Vulture, he's an in-person vendor, and he only goes to 2 of the major fobs per week. And those are the triangles that are on the map. There is a website that'll tell you where he is. I've never really met him. I just never got around to doing that. So. The vendors have different things. Handshake is kind of like Ragband, where he'll sell armor and various other things. Gunny is a lot of NATO-style weapons, right? Specifically like American NATO, or like, and this will make sense in a second, right? As well as the parts. It's typically cheaper to buy the gun and build it from parts than it is to actually just buy the gun outright. None of these are worth it, in my opinion, at least right now. Lab Rat, she's like a therapist, so she sells a lot of like, meds and food, right? She sells a lot of sort of Vietnam type weapons, right? Like, you know, the SKS, the Mosin, Scorpion. I don't know what actually she sells otherwise. Like, basically, as far as I know, she basically sells what sort of the bandits and the lower level enemies in this area tend to be armed with. Okay, Turncoat, he has a lot of the Soviet style weapons, right? So the AK-74s of the different varieties, AKMs, so on and so forth, and attachments for these weapons. He also does have like Soviet style backpacks, gears, all what have you. Banshee. Now you'll notice I said with Gunny, he was NATO, like the American NATO. Banshee is a bit of like a European and like oddball NATO, so a lot of his stuff is sort of NATO-sided things like the MP7, but like the Americans don't really MP7. That's more the Europe, and that's where you get like the M700. And although to be fair, he does get these. Like these are very specific special things where you have to go out into the world and find these magazines and get out with the magazines and bring them back. He also sells this, which is, I believe, Czech. Which doesn't surprise me. I'm pretty sure Mad Fingers from Czech. Oh, I hit the wrong button. No. There's a button. No, it's not as easy. There's a button for. Oh, I think it's. That turns on your hearing protection, which is amazing in this game. 10 out of 10. As far as I know, there's no way to do low ready or high ready. It's just all whatever. If you tap M, you get this nice little map that you can use to walk around with. And if you press and hold M, it gives you the menu. You can't walk around, but you have a more detailed, basically, idea of what's going on. And then I don't know what Vulture has. Again, I've never actually seen him. So... is there anything I'm missing? Oh, so my character, you have the carrier, like the plate carriers and chest rigs and what have you. And that can be armored. Not all of them are. If they are armored, they will have a symbol here. Usually it's basically 3, or at the lowest level it's 3A. Then it's 3, then it's 3 plus, then it's 3 plus plus. I don't think there's a 4. Don't quote me on this. Right. There's a weight system. It's a little funky. You'll also notice there are these trapezoids, I guess, for lack of a better word. These are weird shapes with the lightning bolt in them. Anything that has a lightning bolt, so the pockets, the belt, and the carrier, those can be put on your hotbar, or those will be done as a hotbar. So if I put all my magazines into my backpack and I try to reload, the guy goes, well, I've got no more ammo, and doesn't reload. But if it is in the pockets, and that would be for like pistol magazines, because obviously you can't fit a rifle magazine in there. But things like magazines and stuff, food, water, medicine, if they are in anything with a lightning bolt, they can be used with a fast, like a key. Usually it's like H, P, G, or there's something else. I don't remember what it is. Again, it's been a hot minute since I've looked at that. The modification system is very interesting. I kind of wish it had a Tarkov-like modifier. As far as I know, they don't have that. But you can, like, it has the inspec system, but not like the modification system or the gunsmith system. So I can take, the stock off and everything. However, because it's in my actual hands, I can't take off certain parts off, which obviously makes sense. Everything here has a durability, and for the most part, it's not too big a deal. My understanding is for like a flashlight, the durability, as the durability decreases, the ergonomics will decrease a little bit, but it's not crazy or anything, but it is something you will notice very slowly over time. I believe there are not currently any jams or what have you in this game yet. They are apparently adding it at some point. But what was I going to say? Sorry, the durability doesn't matter anyway because your accuracy and things will go down over time. You are always issued with a melee weapon regardless. Now, I don't know if there's more than one type of melee weapon. Don't quote me on this. Glasses do different things. Typically, they help with rain protection and flash protection. The flash protection being flashbangs, and the rain protection just basically have the drops on your eyes when it's raining happens. I've not really dealt with too much about it. I've not really noticed a huge difference. Apparently, the Comtac 2s are some of the better headsets in the game, according to the different ones that are in the game. Then this one just sort of exists. It apparently provides no rain protection whatsoever. It's literally just there for looks. I think the guy looks pretty decent. I would like to see if I can get my hands on a different type of helmet just to kind of suit the style a little more. The way the backpack works is most backpacks have a slot for another weapon. You can't put one on your backpack or anything, right? So if I wanted to take this AK with me, I'd either swap it directly, and it will allow me to actually do this. It's very nice that I can swap it and it'll put in my hands immediately. And if I had it in my backpack here, so this is how I would normally carry it, especially for, say, a backpack like this, which I can't put this rifle in here, but I can put it on the side, right? And that's how I have a rifle on the side. I do like to carry bigger backpacks, so I can do this and have more than one rifle as a backup for, I say a backup, it's usually for me to sell things, right? But if I were to switch this, it automatically swaps them, right? And that's, you know, nice. It doesn't like put this somewhere else, and it's not super funky, so it's nice and safe. There are things like key holders, which hold keys. Surprise, surprise. They're typically pretty efficient. There's a wallet, which right now is holding a lighter. The wallet's kind of funky. It doesn't just hold money. I have used it once to carry out coffee beans. I don't know how that works. Do not ask me. Okay. But things like this hard case kit will allow me to carry, you know, either 2 different 1x1 items for medicines, med stuff. In which case, again, the tourniquet is sort of the first thing you want to do, and then you do other stuff afterwards. And then this is like, you know, splints for broken legs or what have you. Blood, because there is a blood system, and if the blood goes too low, you will fall unconscious, and then you have to be picked up by somebody, or just say like, fine, just kill me now. The surgery kits are for when your organs go bad, and the bandages are for when you have wounds. Not necessarily, I think they can stop bleeding, but it's not necessarily for that purpose. Water is good for you. So this is the whole system. You have leg bones and arm bones. I don't know if you can get shot at and break ribs. Typically, the problem then becomes the organs and the brain. Your guy does get tired for, you know, holding or running around and holding your gun up and that sort of thing. So that's a thing. Your guy will start getting, like, if he gets hit, he'll get, you know, pain. If you're bleeding, you get stuff like confusion and what have you. So anyway, I don't know where to start. It's been a while. I want to go to Bon Pa, from what I remember, sucks. So these are side tasks. They're just mostly for a little bit of money and some XP, as well as getting a reputation up for the vendors. I believe there's also a exchange rate for dollars to rep. I think it's like $100 is like 3 rep or something. It's not great, but every bit does help. This is a pretty quiet server. There are 2 other factions. There's the Mithras Security Systems, and who are the other guys? The Crimson Shield International. And so normally what would happen with these guys is if I saw them on a regular server, then we would, you know, I don't have to fight, but we can. And technically people want to go for PvP just because they find it fun, but there's no real reason to do it per se, in that you're never going to have a task that is specifically for, you know, Goku players, right? It's not that they disincentivize it. It's just there's no like major reason to be fighting other people. And then in joint operations, if you run into someone, I think you could talk to them. Don't quote me on this. You could probably even like trade items theoretically, but you can't shoot each other or what have you. So. So, how do you get around? Well, obviously you can walk, and that's sort of the way to do it, but you have helicopters, and I'm sure you've seen the little birds flying around. You could still hear it a little bit. And the way you call it is a little bit counterintuitive, in that you do not call it where you're at and then tell it where you want to go. You find an LZ that you want to land at. So let's say we want to go to India 1. We click India 1 and do call transport, and it sends a little bird to the closest LZ, or in this case the base, that is available to you. I don't know if I ate something weird or whatever, but my throat feels like extra dry. You'll also notice there's like a little bit of a burn in on the top left of the night vision. And that's because while I was in the menu, my guy was technically looking at the light, and that is a thing, and I believe that goes away after a period of time. In real life, that wouldn't happen. So you can get it with up to squads of 4, you get in the little bird, and then they wait, or if I press L, then I can tell them, let's just go. Now, I believe that functions only for the person who called it in. So if I called it in and my buddies went in with me, and they pressed L, nothing happens, it has to be me specific. Or I think it lifts off after about 20 to 30 seconds. So I purposely have the active hearing on because, you know, watch your ears, everybody, but I'm just going to show you. This is normal. So you can see why I tend to keep the active hearing on while I'm in or near a helicopter. Now, obviously, if a helicopter is flying over, it is what it is. You can technically play with this on. I wouldn't necessarily suggest it, but you can. So on my weapon, I have a flashlight and right now it's an infrared laser. From what I recall, it's a little funky you can't, like, there's no Tarkov system where you can turn one or the other on, which is a little annoying. Now, because it's nighttime and we can't, there's very few optics in this game that actually work with night vision, and obviously not a LPVO. I'm going to have to sort of do the canted aiming with the little laser. It is currently, what, 1 a.m. game? It says in the top left. I don't know what the 79 means. I think that's how far away you would be visible from if you were, like, for other players, like where you get rendered. Don't go away, I don't know. Well, maybe if I crouch or prone, it'll show something different. Oh yeah, so 13 meters. I actually don't know what that means. Where are we headed? Actually, I do want to go up northwest to Winchester. I want to grab it. I don't know if we get any points for it, but there's usually some loot in there. And then if we can grab it, I can just sell the loot that's there. So, very cool. In the normal servers, the different factions would be fighting over these points. I mean, not necessarily fighting, but only one faction can have it at a time. Whereas on the PvE's side, it's basically whoever wants it. All 3 people, all 3 factions can go there at the same time and make it happen. So different regions have different levels of enemies. And I believe if we look at the map, right, the full map here, and we zoom out, it'll tell us the local thugs, the Viper Tactical Services, the Lotus Circle, and we can't really see, as far as I know, who's over here because we haven't really gone to these places yet, right? This is the Naga group, which is, aren't they supposed? Isn't it like a snake people? Kind of like a mermaid, but a snake, like half snake, half person. Maybe I'm misremembering. So you see that light to our left, over there? That is a NPC. Now we are suppressed and we can do stealth, so we'll put ourselves in semi. And it used to be where these guys could see you out of stealth in the dark really well. Like if I fired at this guy and I missed, he'd be able to return fire very, very accurately. So I'm not even joking. I may need to go grab a lozenge. They've definitely done a pass at nighttime because I distinctly remember it used to be much brighter at night. Oh. You know what? It's like, why does everything sound so quiet? It's because I had the active hearing system off. I don't believe there's any friendly NPCs. Don't quote me on this. The light on the infrared laser is a little distracting. But this guy's got some, some stuff for us. So you see we killed, it was a headshot. And nothing. These aren't worth a whole lot, but I mean, considering the fact that we are going to a place where we can sell them, then I'm not too upset. Actually, it's probably more space efficient to put them here. They have all the radios and stuff. That's the thing. You can turn those off. I don't know if it's real music or not. I don't know if anyone's ever said it. So. 10 rounders, and I could have sworn there was somebody else. But I mean, realistically, I don't care that much. So. How was your weekend? I think it was the 4th of July on Saturday. I honestly didn't. I think it was rainy and stuff here. It wasn't great. And then my Sunday was. Oh, so my guy is like. You'll notice his legs are tired, and because on the top left, it's a little hard to see, but there's two like arcs, kind of like what is it? GoldenEye style. Where the one on the left is my arms, and you can see that's going down because I'm technically aiming. The one on the right is my legs. When my guy gets tired in general, he will have like an exhausted symbol. And when he has the exhausted symbol, his like his aiming and stuff, everything is less steady. The money, I'll take the SKS. I don't remember how large that is, so it's going to go there for now. I wish I could hit. It's a thing that a lot of people struggle with in this game, especially when you're used to Tarkov and stuff. When you hit escape to close the immediate menu in the game, it doesn't really work that way. So, and there's no double click to use. You have to right click and use. So, not an issue. It's just a thing worth noting. As far as I know, the keys don't have any number of uses. There's just, use as you feel like. No, this should work. Yeah, there you go. We're up to almost 54. I think it's kilos. Don't quote me on this, but I assume it is. So we're going to have a rock gun up here. So judging by the fact that this one hasn't been taken by players, I can assume, probably quite rightly so, that Vulture is not here. Excuse me? Enemy faces? Where did I die? I'm not entirely sure where I was. I'm not going to lie to you, I have literally zero idea what just happened. Oh man, it's been so long I don't remember where some of my gear is. Do I even have a helmet? I should have a helmet or something lying around. No. Really have no helmets? I will take a pistol and one mag. Is this loaded? It is. Okay, good. This is so weird. Why do I not have any helmets and things? I gotta go like get my stuff, but the thing is, I'm not sure where I died. Like I just sort of died out in the middle of nowhere, and that is mildly annoying. Because I did have some stuff that I can't necessarily replace at this time. So, we do have to pick up, I was gonna say a helmet. I'll just pick up one of these. Or not. Again, the whole thing, I gotta remember some of these buttons. It's on. And then... Did I die? I died over here, right? I'm not crazy. Yeah, I think so. Oh man, I gotta go like a kilometer away. Well, onward to victory, I guess. We're stuck using... I mean, I have a couple other binocular style... Oh god, I didn't realize it was that bad. What the heck is it, a door? There it is. Tarkov does not do a very good job of showing you how night vision works in real life. This game does, but obviously... like Tarkov kind of does it sort of like arcadey in a way that's, you know, okay, that's fine, it's usable, it's fun, but this is just like, I have no idea. Hang on, did they change this? Hello. I'm hoping I can get my stuff back. I gotta awkwardly hoof it for a kilometer. Man, what I wouldn't do for a bike. And not only that, there's, as far as I know, I don't think there's an EMP in this game. So technically the car should work. I mean, heck, the helicopters do. Right? So, I don't know. You do occasionally get stuff like that, where it's kind of just sort of annoying. And I don't fully understand it. Like, at least with Tarkov, I could figure out essentially what I did wrong. Or what the game blessed me with, essentially. Whereas here, I have zero idea what happened. And I couldn't seem to find anything online about there being, like, explosives or whatever there. But as long as we come from this area... We saw a blueberry did go down towards Winchester, and he's going to get the loot that I wanted. Heck, he might even find my body and take my gear, which, although I believe there is a system in place in this game where if you were to loot a friendly player, then I think the system brands you as a traitor or whatever, and I believe there are negative connotations to that. I don't fully know. This is such, like, me walking with the map out and the single night vision is funny because it's, realistically speaking, we're looking at like a quarter of my screen horizontally. Like, it's just this absolutely tiny amount of screen to try to navigate. I don't know what killed me. I thought I saw some sort of sign. It could have said minefield, but like, again, it's nighttime. And I'd never seen, because I've been to Winchester several times, and I've never been blown up there, which is why I never even, like, it never dawned on me that that was a problem. So. I'm mildly annoyed. Oh, do you know what it is? I believe certain neutral places are controlled by NPCs. So that's probably what it is. It's probably because every time I've been there, it was owned by friendlies, which means obviously there's not going to be explosives or whatever. That out. I don't know if this has a flashlight. Oh shoot, I hope my stuff isn't in a minefield. Might still be people here. Why can I not capture this place? Hang on. Could be there's somebody still alive. Oh shoot, my body's over there somewhere. My body's in that minefield. That's how I died earlier. I didn't realize that existed. Found him. Hang on. Recover body from minefield. Please tell me there's a way to do this. If I fail, all that stuff that's on my person there is not lootable anymore.
Winchester is secured and fully under our control.
I hope it's not a write-off for that gear, because I really would want it. Oh, it's like right in the middle too. I do not know how to... There's gotta be a way to do it. Let me ask in the Discord. Let's see. Of course I died right in the middle too. Did we give it a shot? Let's try it. Oh, that stuff's gone now. To say I'm more than mildly annoyed would be putting it lightly. Honestly, it's not enough for me to be like, I'm never playing this game again, but it is pretty close. There was so much stuff in there. Oh, that is actually really annoying in a way I can't put into words. And the worst part is I probably couldn't even go get my other gear. I would like to see if that first body is gone. It probably is. Well, so much for that. We're like an hour in. I've done nothing but lose a bunch of gear for me being stupid. Oh well. It is what it is. I got bleach. Out of curiosity. Okay. Can you drink this? You cannot. We got $19. We're several thousand in the hole with that loss, if anyone is actually curious. Like, that is generational debt, essentially. we'll loot up with some random crap that I've got lying around. The first aid kit thing, in my opinion, is probably the most annoying thing being gone. I'll be back very shortly. All right, everyone. Hello, welcome back. After taking a much-needed breather and also getting my hands on a lozenge, we are good to go. I don't even have a full mag in there. See if I can find any more bodies to get some more ammo from. Ah, sure. That there. That here. I do not want it. And we will make it happen. Ow, my leg. You can start fires in thingy barrels with a lighter. I don't actually think there's a reason to do so, in all fairness. Might as well pick those up and sell them. Some things are sold to certain people for a little bit more. I believe Gunny will buy things like cigars and alcohol for more. I want to say Turncoat buys jewelry and stuff for more, so I don't really know. Did anybody say anything yet? Hang on. Now, allegedly, I should just be able to walk in path you went in. This better work, or I'll be very upset. The thing is, I don't remember which way it was. I don't think this is gonna work. So what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. Let's try again. One, two, three, four. Okay. It doesn't matter, it's too old. I knew the moment I said if I go like retrace my steps, then it should be fine. Yeah, the guy who told me in the Discord, he did offer to help me get stuff back, but honestly, again, it is okay. It is what it is. I said it's fine. I appreciate it though. You know. Can technically get some of the stuff back, but not most of it. Keep in mind, this is all to go to Winchester to try to make some cash, which obviously did very poorly. Thank God I didn't take any quests because I would have failed them. Because if you die, you fail the quest, and then you have to wait. I think it's 3 to 4 hours in real life, and you do lose a little bit of reputation for that. No, we're getting some stuff. I now have a potentially better rifle. Shout out to that guy though for offering to help. See, it sucks. These guys have backpacks, but none of them have anything in it, so it's never worth looting. Oh, that's right. I don't have ear protection. Oh, it's 56%. Anything here? 54. I think with this guy potentially, yeah, I guess some money to be made. Someone else is like, oh, what kind of equipment did you lose? I do like, I'm actually really, I guess, happy's not the correct word, but I'm, you know, it's a good feeling that there are people who are like, hey, like, how can I help potentially with that? It's fine. Look, it is what it is. You can't win them all, right? Especially when it was my stupid mistake anyway. And then, oh, the repair system is kind of funky. Like, if I would go to repair this, it'll cost... Well, that, it doesn't have enough. Can no one repair this? Or I could spend $179, and in 4.5 hours, it'll come back to me at God knows what. Or I could spend almost $350 and get it back in 6.5 minutes. It's like, yeah, whatever. Again, it really just kind of is whatever. Like I had said that it's stuff I can't really replace right now, which is not wrong. It's a lot of that stuff is like, you know, higher tier gear. But, you know, it is what it is. What is this? Medium blood bag, first time. Also first time. Also first time. Sure. It's south. Oh, but we'll follow the road. I just realized the guy who offered to help replace it, he's part of like a different faction. Although that depends, like if he is on PvE versus PvP, I think it's a different character and stuff. So he might not have it, and even if he did, as far as I know, you can't play other factions without resetting, so I don't even think he could have helped. I think it's just a quiet server because I'm not seeing very many blueberries around. These are either not lootable or they have no. Oh, you know what? It's a drink. I am impressed. In the sense that previously these guys like had literally nothing in ever. I just realized something. I don't think I actually said what this game was, did I? I just changed the title real quick. Done. It does suck, but I feel like I have to spend quite a bit of this game with the map open this way. Because, like, basically I have to put on my own waypoint, which is not an issue. Right? But I kind of wish if you took a quest, it would, like, put a waypoint there, so I didn't have to put a waypoint myself. Like, if we're going to have a waypoint system, at least, or even, like, let me basically pin it so that the symbol goes up, kind of like how you would do in some other games, like Assassin's Creed or Skyrim or what have you. What sucks about a lot of these sort of little light bars or little light items is they'll put a little bit of light, but like literally just a little bit of light. It is kind of like, why bother? What am I looking for here? A lot of the quests have issues like this. I'm looking for a tent. A wealthy German family. There's got to be a tent around here somewhere. Headed across the river? Hard to tell. No, or maybe it's over here. It is kind of weird that... It is kind of weird that there are no, like, other NPCs. They're all just evil. I'm not sure how long the stream is going to go on for, and that is because I do have a thing. can't see what I'm thinking at. I'm bleeding. Can I go for this? I don't think so. That might work, but I can't guarantee. I'm gonna pass out. I was able to stop the bleeding. I'm not wearing any armor. I just realized that would be a thing. Oh no! Now's a bad time to be vomiting. Please. I kind of wish some of these things would tell you what they're about. Like, what has confused me? Oh, are you guys ready for my favorite animation of the whole game? If anyone hates needles. There you go. Oh. That should help. That's most of my medical supplies is the problem. Now, I saw 3 people here. Hopefully that third guy dropped. We're okay. Oh, look, it's this place again. Like, apparently I'm looking for something specific here, but God knows what it is. Yeah, my guy will just recover over time. Alright, I accepted this quest, yes? In progress. Investigate the camp. I am here at this camp. What do you want from me, game? Oh, there's also these newspapers in the game that just sort of exist. They don't actually do anything. They have, like, it is part of the lore, mind you. That's about it. Oh, he's here. Okay, good. Oh, the tourniquet. Actually, unironically, what I needed. Charcoal is for intoxication. It's not something we have to worry about. That's mostly for, what's the word I'm looking for? Like taking stims and things. Okay. Now, allegedly, I'm looking for something in here. I don't know what it is. How long? Time? I probably got another hour before I have to go. All this stuff that I can't loot, by the way. I mean, there's decks of cards, but they're worth like $3. Pistol. You know what? It's probably worth something. Hand mirror. Ammo fabric. Ooh, gun. I will take it. Don't mind if I do, I guess. A mirror that goes in the... So keep in mind, this ring can't go into the wallet, but a whole hand mirror could. I'll take the AK. The AK's not bad. What am I looking for? Like, the fact that, like, at least with Tarkov, sometimes it kind of is okay. Here, I never know what the hell I'm looking for. It's always just, maybe I'll find it, maybe I won't. I know this game is, like, it's pre-alpha, it's, like, 0.4.5 or whatever. It's pretty decent for what it is. But, for the most part, I'm a little confused. Right, like it says, see, even this can't be it then, because it's out of the, there it is, I think. That's probably why. Yeah, this is in here. Diary. Is that it? Oh, it wants me to go to the South Hill. I would like to use this, but I don't have anything for that. I'll investigate the house. Would you guys like a spoiler alert? So obviously I've not done this quest because, as you saw, I'm getting a first-time bonus. But I would bet this entire game that he's dead. Can you take a guess about how I know this? If you guessed, because that's how they do literally every other NPC in this game, you would be correct. On the bright side, I don't remember the last time my guy was down to only like 22 kilos worth of stuff carrying. Keep that, sell this. I am tempted to keep this, unironically. Don't think I have the items. I mean, yeah, technically I could rock this if I wanted to. It's not a terrible idea. But I do kind of want to sort of go from my own thing, if that makes sense. And I buy, hang on, the vendors. So we'll see, for example, the jewelry. This is 3.3 thousand. This is a really good thing. If we go to turncoat, it's 4.5, almost 4.5. So it is worth sometimes checking to see these types of things. He will have ammo, so he does have stuff I can use for that. Nice, and he probably also has attachments for it, which would, you know, make this better. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm actually not super upset with how this is working. I do wish I could, you know, put something here so I could see what the heck I would like to do with it. See if maybe there's something I can put on it to use. So I could put a rail, for example. This system would be nice. Can I buy one? Well, presumably it's this one. But it doesn't tell me whether or not this would work. So I could buy this and it might not work. It should work, but it might not. Oh, that's a guy. I could get that. That's specific, like it specifies. Sure. That on gas tube. Now theoretically I could put a sight on it. It'd have to be a pretty short sight though. That could work. I'm not a huge fan of how that tip tends to look, but I mean, you know, oh yuck. But it works, so you know we're sticking with that. Now let's push down south here. This game is definitely more enjoyable with other people. Although I forgot that there is like a tack sprint. It is pretty useless. If your guy weighs more than like say 30, for example, it's kind of cheeks because basically, like, my guy could maybe get across that road slightly faster. It is very, very specific, like, use case, and it's most of the time not worth using. Now we'll check in here, but something tells me it's probably up in that area. Typically, there's enemies near where you have to go. That's basically all it ever is. So you know you're in the right place because there's bad guys there. And then you go in and you find a dead body. Oh, you do get XP, like a little bit for finding different areas, which is kind of nice. I am mildly surprised that there was a cult commander in there, and I will take it so I can sell it. I will say, with some of the guns in this game, you can make absolutely gorgeous guns, especially with some of the like the boss variants, where you can mix and match some of the parts. Genuinely, I mean, obviously this game has flaws. I mean, most games do, duh. But like this one has some really, really cool choices for modifications. Like if they could get a system kind of like how the Tarkov one works, in the sense of like, you know, right click modify or right click change build, like that sort of thing, would be genuinely take this game up to like 11. There is, I believe, there is a range system for crouching and what have you. These two guys over here. There's usually like 3, so there's probably some guy behind the house. Can you tell I'm not super familiar with this gun? I do like that these guys sort of take like damage or whatever, like they have actual thingy modes. Like if you shoot them, they'll hunt you over or whatever. But shooting them in the head is a little funky because if you hit them in the neck, it counts as like a torso shot. So, but like there's no organs up there, so it doesn't do much. Like they register the shot, but they don't necessarily register the lethality. I don't have a flashlight. Okay. Building that we can loot. And 58. The thing is, they're carrying like USD, right? But the value of USD in this game is really, really funky. Like sometimes it feels like, yeah, sure, he's carrying, like if I found someone carrying $60 US, I'd be like, yo, that's a good chunk of money, right? But like in this game, $50 US is basically nothing. Ah, strychnine. Used for, what does it say? Highly toxic. Speed, what does it do? Use pesticide in small doses as a stimulant and performance enhancer due to its convulsant effects. Blocks body stamina drain at the cost of, so you increases your intoxication quite a bit, and that's where things like charcoal and what have you come into play. It damages your heart, but means that you basically have unlimited stamina for however long this lasts. But after the minute, what happens is intoxication, heart damage, and your arm stamina basically gets fully drained, and you have to wait for it to thing again. It is a very, very specific use case, and honestly, I'm not entirely sure when that would be, just because I haven't had to be in a case like that yet. A suture kit should work identically to that kit, but I'll keep it because the one I have is fewer uses. I don't know if there's like a time thing or not. Don't quote me. I can perfume. It's probably worth a little bit. That will fit in the wallet. Truly, I tell you, I do not understand this game sometimes. Well, let me just double check. So that is a use of 20 seconds versus a use of... Okay, so they're basically identical. They kind of work like the serve kits and what have you, but they're for slightly different reasons. It's an interesting system. Like, if you play Tarkov, you can kind of figure out how it works, but also there's a lot of small things where your brain doesn't fully understand. That, like, a bandage is used to stop bleeding, but a tourniquet is better to stop a bleeding, and a bandage is better for wounds specifically. Like, this is like right on the edge of... What do you say? Again, this is why I'm not a huge fan of how some of these tasks work, but whatever. Investigate the secluded house north of Bonpa and find Hans Liebert. It's gotta be in the trees. Because that's like a thingy shack. It's certainly not this house. It has to be up here somewhere. Because we haven't found them. But we've been like the 2 buildings in this circle. So, like, where? Apparently he's in... Did I... Hang on, I think I missed the outbuilding. How are we doing for ammo? Ooh, not great. We got the current mag. With 30 rounds, plus 1 in the chamber. So we got 60 rounds, 61 rounds, 72 rounds, I think, between 3 mags. Sorry, a little bit more than that, but... Now, because we're really light, that does actually mean that we can run for quite a bit. Oh. Wow, look at that. Believe it or not, can you believe he's dead? Who would have guessed? It's like this stuff. Some of these ones are very awkward to do, especially if it's just the one of you. Right? Like this one is you have to go here, you have to go around the whole thing. It's really silly. And if you do it, it basically means there's these weird screens that stay in and around this place for my understanding from what I've heard is that sometimes it lasts for like actual real life hours. But I don't know if that's true or not. I don't think this game is going to be a mainstay of the channel. I think sort of most people are kind of done with it for now. It might come back when the new update happens, the 0.5, because I believe there would be a wipe for that. I think they're doing that system right now. So, we'll find out. That means that I don't really have anything for tomorrow. I know that Wrangler did mention, like, right at the last possible second of Thursday's stream, I think it was, some sort of hunting game. I looked into it, and it looks a little janky. That's also like, I think it's like $10 or whatever that I'd have to spend. Not that it's a big deal per se, but like, I could just install Hunter Call the Wild, which is a game I already have and is significantly less janky, you know what I mean? So we're here somewhere. Please. And if I theoretically sold that AK, I'm not going to be super upset. This gun's not in great condition. The only good part in this gun is the 2 parts that I added. Otherwise, it's pretty broken. I could theoretically just buy a new one, but again, it's one of those things where it's like, then why not just buy a new one in the first place? It's like, yeah, I know. Oh, he will buy perfumes for more. Interesting. Helmets and things. I mean, I could look into some armors. What is the 3A? I could theoretically think about buying some armor. Not a bad idea. And that would go under the thingy equipment. Is there any negative to this? Not that I'm aware of. I mean, yeah, I could get one of these, but at that point, just, you know, get... I kind of wish it showed you the container size. It says 8, but, like, I don't actually... I think it'd just be like a 2x4, for example. And I don't think it actually has a number of splits, for example. Training main rig is like 9. That's pretty good. Or does anyone else? Turncoat might have just... Like, he does have an armor vest. It's only level 2, though, so that's obviously not worth doing. I could chuck on a, let's say, one of these or one of those. I don't think it'd be worth putting on this kind of vest, especially for, 4 kilos. This kind might be okay, because it's level 2, the level 3A, but it's like almost half the weight. Right, whereas this is a huge amounts of weight. Why? I don't understand. That's 11 kilos for level 3. 3A plus is a thing that technically exists. I think that's like between level 3A, so I don't even know. The system is kind of funky. The Spectre is level 3A for 2 kilos. 0.4. I genuinely think it's probably worth... Hang on, let me double check here. Oh, that has a container size somehow. In which case, we just go with the Commander Black then. Okay. We equip this, and I can actually put the night vision on there. I will keep this as a backup, because obviously if we need to run something that we don't have access to helmet, put on that and that. It's not ideal, but it is better than nothing, and keeps us going on our base. I mean, with the exception of the Rush backpack, and I think the Type 2, everything sort of has been as we're going, obviously with, or buying in increments. I would like to replace parts on this, right, to make it less trash, but at that point, just I think I have an actual full AK chambered in 545 that'll just work. So it's a matter of principle. There, $21. Quest. Do I really want to do that one? Not really. I don't like this area, honestly. The airfield's not all that good either with, short magnification. It's stuff like a lot of this game, for the most part, it's when you get to like the cities or, the urban areas where it becomes more interesting. When you're in these areas, it's a lot less fun, in my opinion. All right, we can go to this one. And it's like 700 meters away. Now, allegedly, some people are trying to get into Ground Zero. That hasn't really been phased in or anything yet. Oh, they actually even have a thing for a website called where'svulture.com. So he is currently at Westmore and Bronco, allegedly. So then someone said he wasn't a Bronco. So is he or is he not a Bronco? Where is this? Westmore, we saw that recently. Yeah, Westmore's up here. So I could actually... Don't really want to do this. Put a waypoint here. They call for transport.
heading
then
to
I have
Area
to
1.
head this way. And then in about a minute and 45 seconds, give or take, the little bird will get there and we'll get out. I don't think there's a weapon inspect. Oh, there is. It is... What button is it? I set it to Alt-V. I'll check. And all the guns have different animations, and you do it, and it actually shows you, useful things of, like, there's what bullets in the chamber, how much is in your magazine, whether it's zeroed at, all that stuff. I do like it. It's one of those things where, like, technically speaking, it's kind of like, yeah, whatever, who needs this, right? Like, the Tarkov animation just sort of looks at the gun as it is, and that's it, but doesn't give you information other than what you can sort of visually see about, say, the safety selector switch. And that's it. But this, he goes, yeah, let me check the magazine, let me check the chamber, let me check the zero, let me check blah, 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 blah. Did I change the thing to zero? There it is. Now, there is something in the settings for changing iron sight modes, but apparently that's just not in the game yet. But it's just, it is an option. It's really weird. It's like, why bother at that point? Like, why do you do this to me? I was gonna say curse you, Nikita, but obviously Nikita's not a, he's not part of this. Sometimes he feels like he is. So we'll get there in about a minute 32, and we know this because our little bird here is bird number 2. It's arriving at destination at 1 minute 15 seconds now. I believe you can fire back from here. Allegedly, from my understanding, you didn't used to be able to. And it used to be a thing where players would camp the LZs, right? And then wait for other players from other factions to drop in. And those guys who were on the choppers, they couldn't do anything about it. Basically, they'd just be sitting here like this, like motionless, while they're getting shot at because they weren't able to fire back. But they obviously have changed it to kind of, deal with that. I find it, like, personally, I have set it so one of my mouse thumb buttons does the Lamang check, and then if I hit control and that button, it does the chamber check. Chamber check is one of those things where it's like, look, if the mag is empty, the chamber is probably empty, but I find it's more practical if something with like a low capacity anyway, like a pump action shotgun or a bolt action rifle or what have you, right? So it's like with a rifle, you have like, say, a 1 in 30, like a thingy rifle, you have like a 1 in 30 chance of being empty, like, that sort of thing. Whereas if you have a shotgun, you have like a 1 in, say, 8 chance, which is obviously a bit more common. I believe there is supposed to be like a free look. I just don't remember what I bound it to, because I set it to right alt, because your guy suffers from Tarkov neck, and by that I mean this is the extent of how far I can look left and right. This game is pretty good. It's just there's a lot of sort of jank and a lot of weird things. Like Tarkov, I remember, if you guys remember, I disliked using variable optics because I didn't turn the settings, so it felt kind of weird and somewhat steppy. Like trying to go through the different magnifications, whereas here it feels just kind of awful. So for the most part, I have like a button for 1 to 6, and then 6 back to 1. Whereas, like, I have the scroll, because I think by default it was something with weird and it was like awkward to do, so I just set it to regular scroll instead of whatever it was previously, because I found the other one wasn't, scroll up and scroll down wasn't useful before, and I find it more more useful as the LPVO. But the LPVO, sometimes it feels like it is responsive, and sometimes it feels like it's kind of sticky. It's not consistent in my opinion, and I kind of wish they made it better. Now, I don't remember what engine this game runs on. I want to say it's I think it's Unreal Engine 5. It actually runs pretty decent because they've done quite a bit of optimization, all things considered, because the map is quite large, right? And obviously, like, I have like, you know, friendlies that are down here, which means that they have to register enemies here and players, right? But not only that, there are players from the MSS or the CSI, and they're also there, and the game has to register that too, right? It's all over the whole map. So it does it quite well, in my opinion. It does suffer from like the weird, like the foliage seems kind of funky sometimes. Like you get weird artifacting, and like the hair, it's weird, and the shadows. The shadows are genuinely pretty horrendous. Apparently they are better than they used to be, but they are pretty bad. We'll go here, depending on how lucky we are. So there's two types of, they're called cops, right? So there's this, you know, small ones with like the one dot in them, and there's these other ones, like the one we're at, where like it's called the major cop, that have 3 dots in them. And these ones have like tons of loot and stuff. Like if I come in here, ta-da! So now we have an exfil helmet, some sort of repair kit, and a AMP-12 backpack. Right, so that's why I wanted to go visit in the first place, because by looting this, I now have access to really good stuff. Right? Like I now just, you know, replace the amp that I lost. I have a good helmet now. Some other stuff, you know what I mean? Like, some of this stuff is actually really useful. Gray is trash. You can kick doors, they're a little funky. If you block a door, it'll be like a partial open where you can like open or close. That's also a little funky, but it works for the most part quite decently. He should be around here somewhere, apparently. But I'm trying to see if I can find more loot. Because, yeah, don't get me wrong, the helmet and the backpack are nice. But if I could find another gear too, I'd be very excited. How are we doing for food? We're not doing great. I mean, to be fair, we're here. I can just eat stuff or drink stuff, right, from my inventory. That is very much a thing to do. Oh. The tofu. Now, I don't know how this works, if he's a physical person, or if I just, you know, use the vendor thing here, and he's... Oh, he is... Okay, so he's not technically a physical person that exists. Don't really know what this is for. This is some sort of repair kit. Or medium gear repair, so probably like armors and things. Backpack. Backpack is nice, but I'm kind of tempted to sell it. Oh, I have this Colt Commander that I've been sitting on. How much did I pay for that helmet? Oh, 400. Whoops. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I was gonna say it did this job. It kind of did its job, sort of. What does he have? I've literally never seen him before, so I'm not sure what he sells. He seems to sell stuff. Like, I mean, with the exception of like the special items from like the quests and what have you, like this particular Colt Commander from like a boss quest, like it's like, ooh, there's some sort of shotgun. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, wow, an 870, wow, an SKS. Right. Backpack. I kind of don't get it. Not gonna lie to you. I mean, he's got quests, doesn't he? I don't know. I don't understand it because no one has really explained it to me, other than he's just, you know, he exists in these specific places. I don't know. Apparently I have seen him because I 105 rep with him. Oh, because of so he has like the specialty quests, like the boss quests, whatever they may be. Apparently. Well, there's got to be more loot than just the one. There's usually like 2 to 3 containers. There can't just be the one. That's ridiculous, really? Maybe it's on the roof? You'll notice as I jump, my leg stamina goes lower. There's a clambering system where your leg and arms goes down. It's actually kind of interesting. I have to wait here. If I drink the coffee, potentially that could be useful. Yeah, so it increases the arm stamina, and I think the body, which usually means just sort of the legs. Can I get up here? Really not. Doesn't look like there's anything up there anyway. That is kind of disappointing. This whole place is just the one box. There's usually like 2 to 3. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. I took that quest. Oh, if only there was stairs that could take us onto the roof. Not that it matters, because, you know, there's something up here. Hang on. So, I call a exhaust for
Raven
free.
dispatch. Moving to Hotel 2.
I have 5 minutes to get to the LZ. Could you imagine the other crate I was looking for is over here? Apparently the new Tarkov update has kind of messed with the servers a little bit. I know a couple of people who've been having weird issues, like loading out of maps and stuff. I don't know. I haven't put a whole lot of time into Tarkov the last month and a bit. Give or take, whenever the whole icebreaker thing was, because like. It's one of those things where, especially with all the nerfs for the loot and everything, I can't justify spending time and effort learning how to do it. Especially because I'm done the game. Like, I finished the story. It just sort of... Like, I did give it another try or two, and I have made it once past the helipad. Trying to get to the next stage of the story, and just Black Division decided they were going to 360 no-scope my ass back in the lobby. So that was a whole thing, and I was just like, you know what, like, is it worth it? Like, what do you get from... You don't get anything for completing the mission, as far as I know. Like, ooh, wow, I can now... instead of having to come to... like, I get a direct line of access for doing everything. I get the achievement. I think you get the achievement. But you might not even get it anymore, who knows?
Raven reporting. I'm on my way.
But, like, you do the story...
30 seconds.
Like the story quest, and then you get the side quest. You do the story quest, you get like nothing, as far as I know, other than the achievement. And then you do the side quest, and now you can directly go there. It's like, oh, cool, thanks. So you saved me, let's say, 10 to 15 minutes of trying to actually make my way to there, which is not inherently bad. Like, 10 to 15 minutes of time saved per run is good. But then all the other crap is like,
Let's get it, go! Get ready, we're moving out.
The prestige and stuff is not in yet. They said by the end of the summer. Like, technically, I mean, I know we're still early July, so there's still time. But based on how they implement everything else, it's going to not be here for a while. So. Oh, there's blueberries down there. Oh, there's a quest. What quest was it? For like a hidden poppy field. Harvest Moon, I think. There's like 5 or 6 of them you have to do.
Get ready.
And then I don't even remember what you get from it, but basically, like, you get 300 reputation with him, 600 XP for your thinking story, and then less than $1,000 US. And that's with the bonus, the first time bonus. Whereas this one is like, if I go to eliminate 10 enemies near the sawmill, right? Then I get 105 rep, 150 XP, like $400, and I now am able to buy that specific M700 from him.
Approaching the
Right, and that's how like the fancy weapons kind of work. It's like some of them have quests associated with them to get them, and others are like, yeah, you just get them out the gate. So. Or maybe I'm just misremembering and they do have quests, but I already did them because like usually it's pretty generous. Like the one for the sawmill, it's basically you have to kill any 10 enemies in this entire area. So. What would be good is if I teamed up with someone who had an LZ in the sawmill area, then I could, you know, then they take me there. I then learn the sawmill location or that particular LZ. So it is nice having someone there with like who knows the LZs. Otherwise, you could spend like a couple hours just doing it. But once you learn the LZs, you know them, like, period. I don't know if it'll get reset if you were to, like, you know, if the wipe happened. I would assume so, which would be very annoying. But I mean, like, realistically speaking, my understanding of how the story works, it's if your main story is over here, there's no huge, like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good, especially Midnight Sapphire, there's a lot of good stuff up here, but there's no inherent reason for you to be going to, like, some of these places, with the exception of, like, very specific loot things. Right? But there's no in-universe reason for me to be doing this. What are we doing here? Find out what happened. So, I don't know how I know this, but I would imagine this person or people, whoever, is probably dead. And spoiler alert, we're gonna get out here and there's gonna be like 3 guys. Look, there's at least 1 dude already there. And I guarantee he's my friends. I am kind of excited to use this gun because that's sort of the thing in Tarkov. You get to a point where unless you're following like very rigid like stuff in the game, like rules or challenges, then like there's no reason to be using some of the crappier stuff. I mean, technically that's the case here. I do have access to some other things that are from like the edition, but like, yeah, see, 1, 2, 3. I believe there's supposed to be some sort of stealth takedown, but I could be wrong. Problem is, the moment I light him up, I gotta fight these guys too. I do like this optic. The thing is, your guy's arms in this game get tired. Like, if you think Tarkov guys, his arms are tired, this guy is even worse. Like, at least with Stalker, even though your guy couldn't run anywhere to save his life, he could hold his arms up forever. As far as I know, there is no, like, weapon mounting. So if I were to go up here, I wouldn't get any benefit from it. That is like a different faction. That's somebody else. So that's a player of one of the other 2 factions. Like, I do like that, you know, the movement is realistic. Like, being walking forward is, like, quick, whereas if I'm sidestepping, it's fairly slow. And backstepping is a little bit faster, because it is easier to walk backwards, in my opinion, than to walk sideways. In the moment, I'm aiming it slow and steady, and then if I'm, like, leaning, then it's also slow, which is nice. Or I can hold control to walk slow, although I don't remember if that's a thing we call it. Like if that's by default or if that's a setting I put, I do not recall. I should be grabbing these guns, honestly. Like I know they're not good, but even if it's like $70 a pop, you know, I get quite a few of these in here. That's what, like 210 bucks in there already? That's a good chunk of change. Ooh, you know what? There's no major reason to not do this. Like, you know, the magazine is in very poor condition. The ammo is ammo. This is cigarettes. Paracetamol, may take that potentially. That's worth a bit. That's in decent condition, so we'll keep that. There's no way, as far as I know, to unload or to close magazines. If I take this off, does it make it smaller? It does. Apparently, it's no longer able to fire, which is kind of stupid, because you and I both know that is not the case. Oh, what this game also has that Tarkov does not have. That's right. Swapping mags as opposed to dropping them on the floor like a moron. This one versus that slap. Recoil control minus 1%. Why is the oh, I guess that's to do with the durability. So that was probably even better, and that would go on there. I'll take this. Oh, because it's on his person, isn't it? I can. Does that mean I can take this off? I don't know, like, the game might get mad at me for that. I'll take that. Well, you know what? We can just drop the mag and keep the ammo. Sports bag. I've still done too much time on this. I say that. These guys aren't going to respawn for the next, like, I think it's 10 to 15 minutes if you can take. So sometimes you go to areas, and if a player has been there, regardless of faction, in the last 10 to 15 minutes, then you're just going to stumble upon dead bodies. Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I should have quests in progress for... Oh, maybe they failed. Or maybe they changed how it works. But there are, like, some daily thingy quests for, like, find cartons of cigarettes and things like that. There's a god in here. So with these, you know, obviously we blundered a lot earlier, but we have gotten quite a bit of it, like, you know, kind of back. Quite a bit of it back, actually. I mean, like, the actual usable stuff. The M4, in all fairness, is probably on its way out soon. Purely because that's there. Purely because of just the time, right? Like, repairing them is annoying, and that's sort of how all the guns work. Is that it? No. On the outskirts of Tiger Bay, where he was last seen. So we're gonna go south, right? To this building, and you know what's gonna happen? What do you think, Chad? What do you think is gonna be? What do you think is happening? Sorry, to this man. Yeah, we think he's alive? Like, I get, because it's so early in the game, but good lord if it isn't just like, oh wow, look, another quest where you go somewhere to go find something, which is literally typically just read item, and then, hey, okay, well now you need to go find this person, and you go walk the kilometer away or whatever it is, fight a couple people again, find the guy who turns out to be dead every single time. It's probably why, you know, at this point, after all the people have, you know, most people have left. Like at least with Tarkov, there is very much like a different amount. Like there's different amounts, and there is variation to the quests. Whereas here, it's always just the same. Like, go here, get me item. Oh no, the guy's not there. Where did he go? And there's a little letter that says, "Oh no, they killed me." Okay. So there is going to be other PMCs in the area, because obviously there's two blueberries, one at Harrison and one down near the pier. We saw one close, and that because that chopper was not on our map, that tells us that whoever that is either Mithril or Central. Is it Central? Crimson. So Mithril or Crimson. And the only difference, my understanding, is just the name. Like, there's no actual difference. Like, they get the same quests, they get the same everything. Heck, if you actually look at the starter, like, so this is called Lamang, right? And that's called Vongsa. These are literally the same town, right? Obviously, they're rotated to work in their, like, in the orientation with that base, but they are literally identical. And Assassin's Creed Valhalla is actually kind of a banger. I just kind of made it to England, so, you know, to put into perspective where I'm at, just in case. Like, so obviously my experiences, I'm sure, is apt or are prone to change, but I'm enjoying it a lot more than I enjoy Origins. And I mean, obviously Origins crashed quite a bit for me for whatever reason, and it was like, you know, the 4th attempt playing it, and I was enjoying it. But it was just I couldn't get past one of the forts that you had to do, because 5 different attempts because the game kept crashing. I see 2 bad guys to my left. 2 bad guys over there on the road. I don't have access to suppressors yet. Apparently they did do a rebalance even after like when I got to here. So like between 0.3 and 0.4 was when that rebalance happened for suppressors. Whereas previously you got access to the suppressors around loyalty level 2 for some guns, whereas here it's all like level 3 at least. Which means my chances for stealth are very specifically based around pistols. Because I believe you can get a pistol suppressor or 2 fairly early, so it is. Let me see what it says. I guarantee he's going to be like, he's in the house nearby. It's going to be the house directly in front of me. The northern outskirts where he was last seen, so it's probably this one. Although, it could be over there, but this is a building. Like, that's a lean-to. They did say they were working on enemy taking damage, but I don't know to what extent. Like, I don't know whether or not that's been modified, so, you know, if you shoot a guy, like, I know he reacts to it, and you can use that to your advantage, but, like, if you hit him in the neck, he doesn't go down. Still one guy, that doesn't seem right. Energy, sure, I'll drink it. What's the flaxine? Moxifloxacin is really good for intoxication stuff. It's good, but like the toxic effects are literally only from the syringes, which are one, pretty rare and pretty late game, like the strychnine, and 2 are like such specific case items. It's like, I don't know anyone who would ever actually use it. At some point, it would be nice to see what is this. Sure. To change out some of these parts here, and then try to get like a full grip for other use, and maybe a flashlight. Somebody must have just been here, and like these guys are just now respawning. Like, that guy was not behind me. But you'll notice, even though this is full, wow, what a concept. I swapped mags without dropping a mag, because my guy's not an idiot and can pull a mag out and put a new one in. I know, it's a concept, right? Purification tablets. As far as I know, they don't do anything. There's a lot of stuff in this game where it's not necessarily worth looting. What is this? Kangaroo. I don't want to... I will take this stuff. And I can carry that for loot, or, you know, selling purposes. It's like $100. The economy in this game is really funky. If you haven't already noticed. I mean, Tarkov, it can be kind of strange, but in this one it's... sometimes it's particularly egregious. Now, I don't know if they ever changed it, but I do know for a fact that some things that can... what is this? Can you do some sort? I mean, obviously. But, like, you can fit, I think it's a motorcycle battery in the wallet, because it just sort of, like, they tried to logically think about stuff you could put in there, but some things made it through in a way that makes zero sense. Anything in here? I kind of doubt it. Oh, lights. And sometimes you can, like, some buildings, depending on, you can actually find the circuit breaker and cut the power. Ooh, shit. But it is functionally useless. We were in there. These are... oh, these are not full-sized AKs. I thought for a second it was. Paracetamol, this. Some sort of key. Don't know if it's any good. And they got backpacks, and there's nothing in the backpack. Possibly in this building? I feel like I checked this one. That's the problem with this game. There's so many different buildings. It goes, you need to check the building and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we've been here. What mission is this? A trickster. And this is after a quest redesign, mind you, to make it less obtuse. It is still this obtuse. We were in the house. Yeah, we were in the house. It's just actually, surprise, surprise, not a body. It's a small piece of paper that does not stick out in any way, shape, or form. And we will head out west to, you know, Cop Gladius. Here. No, it's in the other. don't know what this is. It has to be like a visibility thing, but that might be like, you know, based on the fact that you, oh my god, we were just here. You know, based on the fact that you were like a cone of enemy observation. I do not know the load of this game. And I'm sure someone has... Oh, these are usually like 5 XP or whatever when you walk past them. But this one naturally is not. Surprise, surprise. I guarantee someone has gone through the painstaking amount of effort to figure out what the different things, like, you know, the whole lore of this game. I, however, do not. So I technically can leave whenever, but you'll notice when I'm in a cop or a super cop or in the base camp where it says safe land deployment, that means I can leave and my gear will be back when I get there, whereas if I leave now, as far as I know, I think the game considers it like you die. Then your stuff goes down for looting abilities. That being said, because this is on a server by server basis, if I were to try to come back tomorrow, there's like basically no way I'm coming back, because I think the server, you know, most likely to be in a different server, and not only that, even if I was the same server, I think they do like a ground wipe every so often. So. The river, and that's how you know I'm not a vampire, because I'm going across moving water. For legal reasons, that's a joke, but if you know, you know. Go over here. And we will take this stuff. Keep that for now. The reason I'm collecting random stuff is purely because there are occasions, I don't know if they still do them. Do they do them? Like these, maybe not the long-term, or maybe the long-term contracts. I think they've just been renamed as, like, you know, this is like, find 2 bottles of sulfuric acid, right? Like that sort of thing. So that's why I'm carrying, like, you know, the passports, or, because there are different ones for all sorts, and I'm apparently all sorts of different quests for, like, things like this. See, this one is awkward, because, like, if you look on the map, that means I have to go over here. A Bon Pa. Like the leader. You can redo quests, and I believe you can even redo story quests. But it's like, okay, but why, kind of? Like, you can still get XP for it. I'll put this there for recording purposes. And that'll go on this gun. It's fine there, I think. So this, that, obviously. Don't really need these. As far as I know, it's not even all that good of a stem anyway. So he'll give me 104, he gives me 139. Right, so that was like, what, 3,000? No, not even. That was like, you know, not even 1,300 bucks. But I mean, that's 1,300 bucks I didn't have previously, so. Plus, I have... How is that not functional? Like, I don't know. Slowly piecing it together. I don't have a charging handle. Put the dust cover on. I do not understand how that doesn't work, but apparently taking the thing, like, I don't know. This guy, yeah, I was gonna say, you should not be able to take this off because on this specific gun, it needs to have that muzzle brake. Otherwise, apparently, it doesn't, I guess, cycle, like generate enough energy to cycle properly, basically. That. And then boom. I mean, it's not even really close to where we were previously, but hey, we're doing okay. Like, I got this kangaroo rig, which is actually kind of nuts considering. I don't think there's anything to loot here. No, you know what? I'll take the cigarettes because I think that's like $40 or something like that. Yeah. There's no reason not to pick it up and sell it immediately. Because typically things for like cigarettes, those are for the cartons and on the boxes. The lighter typically is not worth picking up. Like, a lot of this stuff isn't worth picking up, but because I'm literally right here where I can just sell it immediately, that is $15 I didn't have before. Stupid, but I mean, hey, we're logging out, so who cares, right? I would, at some point, like to try out some of the snipers, like an M700 or the... Let's say the Mosin. I'm missing something. I think I'm missing the barrel. Suppressor for pistol or pistol. See, that wouldn't work. Because apparently that just doesn't work. It's really stupid. Like, why does this not work? Because if I were to show you in here, that's the 730 mil barrel, which I don't have access to. But, like, technically speaking, this barrel should work. It just doesn't for reasons that make zero sense. They do have thingy storage, but it's like, that's 61,000, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's 62,000, and we only probably made about 4,000 at most today. So, I don't know. It's funky. I don't hate the game. It's, you know, it's pretty fun in my opinion, but there's a lot of stuff it needs working on. And then also because of all the wipes and stuff, it's like, I'm partially disinclined to want to play it, especially because, like, it is, as you've seen, like the 2 or 3 quests we did today, where it was just like, go here, hey, you need to, hey, this guy's missing, go find him. So you gotta go find him, and then it's like, well, he died, surprise, surprise. But then you have, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's all it has been on all the 3 or 4 quests or whatever we've done. As we get more and more quests somehow over time, just by me talking about it. Oh, the mask. I keep forgetting about the mask. I don't have any glasses as far as I know. Could be wrong. Probably don't have any glasses. It would have been nice to know. I would have picked some up from somebody. See, I do have attachments to things, but it's like, eh. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. We're not going to be playing this stuff. This is something that I'd be playing, like, you know, my spare time, right? Like Bell Ride or what have you. Like, I have M4s, I've got Glocks, I've got an MP7, I've got an SVD with a suppressor. You know, I've got the MCX, the M700, I got all these mags, quite a bit of ammo. Alright, this, to be fair, I did find somewhere, I don't remember where. Same with this, I found this somewhere, and I do not recall where. But there is sort of the benefit for... Are these 2 different keys? Yeah, the same key. I could probably sell one. I hope. What should be 94. I don't even know if it's worth 90, honestly. Probably not worth much. And you'll notice it's a safety and deployment, and that will put us to the main menu. In which case... Yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I don't know. Going forward, what do I even do tomorrow? I don't know. I genuinely am at a loss for what to play because this one is good, but it's not kind of like super stream thing, especially because it's so late into the wipe. When did like the wipe happen? April. Yeah, in April. Right? Actually, no, I lied. March 31st specifically. Right? And it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, that's fine, but because obviously they only add little bits and pieces, there's nothing major added at any point, since. Like the 4.5 was added in June, which does stuff for squad play and PvP and all those sort of things, which don't get me wrong, are useful, but like they don't necessarily help to the longevity per se. Nothing new on the Stalker 2 front for that. Wouldn't play Reforger, not play Truck Sim. Not Ready or Not Held Out Loose. Assassin's Creed, maybe some Cepheus Protocol, but I kind of doubt it. Project Wingman could potentially be a thing. Although, to be fair, I have been wanting to play it in VR, but I could play it on not VR and see how that works. That could be potentially fun. It was not Elden Ring, maybe Easy Red 2. Not a bad idea. Could be fun. We're not going to do Door Kickers 2. I was going to say, definitely not Battlefield 6, although I wouldn't hate doing the story, even though the story's not very good. Maybe at Bellwright. I'm not going to start a new save. I'm going to be playing on the save and playing with a buddy, but I don't know. Maybe we'll do that. We'll try that tomorrow, and I'll see how it goes. I don't plan on doing anything like super major per se without him, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you guys all for coming. If you guys like what you saw, leave a like, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications, share with your friends if they think they'd be interested, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.